Real pretty. Yeah, I don't trust this place.
Hi everyone. This video I will show you all of the outcomes for the Ravager main story pet and all of the rewards, all of the boss kills. If the first dungeon you get in Yaesha is the Forbidden Grove and you find Bedel of the Vauntt here, Ravager will be your world boss. There are a lot of optional outcomes in this route, starting with Bedel, who you meet in the Forbidden Grove. You can buy some rings and an amulet from him, but there is also a catch. If you give only sarcastic answers when you first meet him, and after you defeat Ravager later, while reviving the Doe and return back, he will give you the Frivolous Band Ring. He can give you 2 more items depending of the outcome of the Ravager fight. I will also show you a couple of random rings along the main story path and pinpoint what is the most interesting to get. For sure, that is Meidra and what answers you give to her. If you answer only positive answers, she will reward you with Barkskin trait and equal measures trophy. If you give the opposite answers, Bloodstream trait is yours. If you need the answers, you can find a list of all positive answers on my website. During this route, there is a chance for the Laemir NPC to spawn in the Forgotten Field. He can probably also spawn elsewhere, but I got him here. You will have to battle Root Nexus around him, which also spawns Defiler Elite. By surviving and by talking to him afterwards, plus exhausting all of his options, you will get Reinvigorate Mutator, Rugged Trait, and Laemir Censer Amulet. Later on, just before the boss fight, when you unlock the harp mechanism, you'll be able to play a song. There are 2 that you can play, one that unlocks Ravager boss fight, the route to Ravager boss fight, and the other unlocks Carnage in C minor trophy, that is the secret one. Plus, if you talk to the flautist after that, you can get the Scroll of Binding, with which you can craft Song of Aether weapon mod. For the Ravager world boss fight, it has 4 outcomes. That means you will have to reroll 4 times if you want all of the rewards. The first one is, after the conversation with Ravager, if you kill the Doe, you will get the only human trophy for killing a boss without taking a hit, and you will get Ravager's Mark Amulet. This outcome doesn't give you a fight with a world boss, it's done. The second outcome, revive the Doe to get the Doe's antler material, with which you can craft Red Doe Staff melee weapon. The third outcome is if you shoot the Ravager and let him consume Doe when you deplete half of his health, just be careful not to shoot the Doe in the process. With this, you will get Crimson Membrane that crafts Merciless a long gun. And the last option, the last outcome you can get with Ravager, if you shoot Ravager and do not let him consume Doe when you deplete half of his health, meaning if you shoot Doe just after shooting Ravager to kill the Doe, you will prevent this. And with this, you will get Ravager's Maw that crafts Feral Judgement melee weapon. This is it. I hope this video helps. Cheers!
Summons me from my ethereal wanderings. Luzar! What kind of beast is this? I see. You gaze upon verdant Meidra, spirit of the wood, nymph of the dappled glade. I seek the knowing, beast. The truth of nature held within your ark. You want to answer? So I will ask. Answer these questions true, sweet beast, and do choose wisely. An elder leads a group to a cave on the sea coast. The poor fellow falls. A spell worker among the troop possesses a charged... It could be used to collapse the cave. And do you leave the elder to his fate? Or do you attempt to halt the tide at the risk of his life? I see. You preside over the trial of an innocent. Enemies of the accused have kidnapped your child and hold her hostage, saying that if you convict the accused, they will... Do you convict the innocent, or risk your daughter's life? Well done. Your village suffers from a terrible goon. All who have tried to reason with him have ended up the same way. Do you aid the victims, or attempt to destroy the goon? You cannot do both. Two clans have... Your matriarch calls for... Your opponent is the eldest but weakest son. Do you spare the scion of your family foe? Or kill him and... Oh, what fun this is! A powerful god conscripts you. You may rule the underworld and never return to serve above, or rule below. What say you, sweet beast? Well done. You have chosen your path, sweet beast. Your heart is true. May the power of the doe's eye... Is there anything else you wish to know? Of me? Very well, sweet beast. Be on your way. Greetings, sweet... That ring! It is my sister's ring. You killed her. Ah, the mortal misunderstands. What you destroyed, she suffered in that on behalf of all of my sisters. However, Now, what can I do? Might I be a... Very well, sweet beast. Be on your way. What kind of beast is this? I see. I seek the knowing. You want to answer? Answer these questions true. And do choose wisely. Your village suffers from a terrible... All who have tried to reason... Do you aid the victims? Or attempt to destroy the goon? You cannot do both. Oh, what fun this is! You preside over the trial of an innocent. Enemies of the accused have... Do you convict the innocent? Or risk your daughter's life? Fascinating. He that slew your sibling and escaped justice is incapacitated before you. Do you take your vengeance? Or turn the scum over to the authorities from whom he already is... Oh, what fun this is. You are part of a group of druids, one of the warlord's soldiers. However, do you abandon your fellow hostages? Or do you face death together? It has been prophesied that your son would someday bring about a great calamity. Because of this prophecy, now that your son is grown, he courageously plans to give him... Do you allow your son to sacrifice himself? Or stop him in order to save his life? Fascinating. You have chosen your path, sweet beast. Your will is strong. The fire of the Ravager's eye glows within you. Is there any... You stand when mountain, spring, and though we don't often... Kaeula was, unlike most of us, the root, but perhaps it... But... With by death, but also it was before the Fang and...
Oh, great. More bad news.
Blade and spear, shield and stone. They had a Paxel tech. If its kind walk Yaesha, perhaps. Pain now outweighs. The traveler tried once, a carpenter. And I wonder, how came I to its eyes reached the question? Before it, the tumbling ruin beneath an encircling bulwark to the greatest. Such faith we put in its solidity. But a wall is a false god. The rifts open and the pus poured through. Yes. Ruin. Charnel. Yes. For 40 days we knew the chill. Some were eyes stuck. It seethes around me. Please, Paxel, I shall destroy. Please, Voyager! Its weaponry is handy. Who wants no more of this half-life? Carry more! For my spend for this concern of one who wants no more of this half-life. Its weaponry is handy. Do not hesitate. Strike the throne. Sunder the storm.
can't carry anymore. Won't fit.
Am I a Paxaltai, nor did I dream faithless, and yet two-handed Paxaltai, perhaps if it fight take this. No thanks, I think. Many are those who these I shall end up. If it's wrong, there are yet tales of Yaesha, I'm on the contrary. Oh, I gloried in the funerary, one who we, for many, but if life could, this was the, but let us stop. Would it hear the history of the in the top it is said and yield with their god the Vaunnt one, but singing Yeasha rose like the king who quick of blade, but the ex fate of coquette has sailed, he passed. The god of none speak, a god more would I have than those it, the Vaunts. It had been ever for 8, they prayed for us on the where it would, but surely yet death, and why not? It leaps. There are those, the carp, make her spirit around those who, a symbol, what must for the wolf, the doe, Yaesha, with the Yeshu, and were once, she was but, and it was, but Gina said to her, Gina's none among them lay grid after men Japan were humbled for fascinated. Gina's pan, but then these three, the path, Genius rose to power by spreading the red widow in time among the red jungle. It is suffice to say, and yet many see in her the thing 500 many those that now she had been reaped for years. Many said by the 20 it was there. It was no plague unless with death great geniuses. What of the great, but none worry. No, it was then. 49, they traded. They called it Sprack. Fear, there were but the rabbit, the green thing. Who knew? It was the, for the Vaunts, it was that balance return. The song of it bear me. The Vaunts, they play it. Those, even the Pax, who used to, the thing. For many, she had a why, but the tree, we lay met now. Perhaps what came next was rebellion for a life, but like the genus, I know her words, knows, but what about the rose? Ever some genus, how fitting, it bright surprise. Let us, it has her into the, what even as our God, it was never the destroy we, but in that traveler, who knew? Oh, our most. I thought our tale I gave, this is not, perhaps, lash, the flying, I know not only that, as sure it was, perhaps it has Colcat brought its forebear. Take this now, as a token of my gratitude. The pan I for it to them.
This looks important. Well, this looks important.
And hark! You truly we. Farewell, Paxute.
And we shall seal our pact. Rid Yeasha of this pest, this lie. Only the mastery of death lives on. Not for a mere handful of millennia, but indefinitely. Do it, come. Join me in kill the door and master everything.
Be still! Oh, we are witness to nothing. Axeltech. Has it played a role? Its humility is transparent. It has not saved lives. I confess, Axeltech. Yet, it was I once had a cohort. He stood strong when the days called. Sadly, he's gone. When he passed, this... Say nothing then. I cannot see what awaits me. Before it sets hoof upon it, take this. Farewell.
That's nice.
Basket's question. I was, no. In truth, it is a fact. The children, they believe they're idealist, and yet, then how else? I am sure that a worthy home for a worthy bubble. Let the Paxotech's own generosity brighten the sun herself. Hold a moment, Paxotech. That circlet upon its brow. How came it by this thing? Well, to be sure, for I know this vault, but how did it come by the key? Ah, a statement so simple, yet vast in implications. A sufficient explanation, to be sure. Yet does the Paxotech know whose crown it wears? What legacy? I would not create mirth of such a moment, for it has unearthed the last king of the Pan. He who led us out of plague and onto the dark sea, guiding us ever steadily to the biggest, the last king as an enduring symbol of our resilience and resourcefulness. And so, there is another gift it should receive, for the two are of a piece, and the Paxotech is of the same spirit as their former owner. Wear this well, and may its vision likewise never fail.